I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over your son.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am your host, Manins Man. Been a while. I hope everybody is doing fine. As usual, you know what we say when we begin. We look to the hills from whence cometh our help. Our help comes from the Lord who has made the heavens and the earth. He will not suffer our foot to be moved. He keeps us and he never ever slumbers, and he never, ever sleeps. God is a good God all the time, and all the time he's absolutely good. And we serve him because Jesus is the best thing that has ever happened to us. Our whole life is dedicated to him. I know you may believe something different, but I understand that and I respect that you believe something different, but I can only speak for my own self and where I am and how I've gotten here. And I know it is the grace of the Most High God. Amen. Amen. All right. On top of that, outside of that, let me just also say to you, yeah, man, Jai is my keeper. All right, so listen. Don't move a muscle. I'm going to do something so I can add some quality to the video. I realize that the video looks shaky, so let me add something to the video for you.
Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I am Sure Sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here, so. For your soccer news, then come over here, so. If you don't love sports, still come over here, so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here, so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica.
All right. We see if we can get the quality up and running. But we should be good right now. Bless up yourself. Welcome. Big up man like Damian Nemhard, Paul Wattis. Bless up yourself. Duckland, Christopher Wright. Bless up yourself. Jason, Triple A, up and running. Blessings to you all, my friends and YouTube family. It is Friday. Friday is Super Friday, so if you want to make the day super, you can do some stuff for us to help us with making it a super fantastic day. All right, 1, hit the like button. 2, subscribe. 3, make sure that you share the content with someone else. And 4, you can give a super stick and a super chat to help the channel continue to produce good quality. And maybe it will encourage or stimulate us to come back again on a next Friday and do a live show. Hope you have been enjoying the shorter version of the show and the videos that we have been doing. Sometimes we have to do that, give it a different taste and a different quality, and to avoid some of the quite toxic nature of some of the live discussions that we have, because sometimes those can be futile but disrespectful, and in order to avoid some of that, we do it this way. So bless up. Yeah, the internet giving me a fight, man. I tell you, I don't know what is going on. May I have to go fix it, man. Hold on there. May I have to go fix it. Right now, may I go fix it. May I have to fix this. No, man, it can't work like this. Hold on there. Hold on there, man. Hold on. In the meantime, in between time. Hold on there, man. See it now. Yeah, man, this man. Yeah, man. See it now. Give me some power now, man. Where you going? Yeah, man. See it now. Yeah, man. All right. Give me some quality and some power now, man. Look like I'm frozen in time. I don't know what's going on. Internet. May I tell you? Yo. All right. So people, just go and listen, man. Go and listen. All right. So I'm going to share a story with you, a real story. All right, a real story. So, as you know, I run a football team, and part of that football team that we run is that we get players. We just find youths, and part of it we try to help them in whatever way we can. Though we are doing football, all right, and it has been a very difficult journey, because the whole purpose of it, like I said, is to build people's life. And so we never set out in terms of becoming champions of this and champions of that, but become champions of life change. All right. And so we have several youngsters who have come through the football team who end up in yeah, man, let's lot of rain, down this side. So maybe it's affecting the internet. So we're going to stop the camera and then we're going to talk. All right. And then see if you're hearing. So you don't focus on the picture, but you're hearing. So tell me how it feels, all right? And then when the internet is fully up and active, then we will go back to it directly. All right. So let me know how it sound, all right? And then we will come back. Anyways, watch this now. So bam. The team was built around that. So we had several players who went to universities overseas. Several of them did universities in Jamaica. Yeah. So a few days ago, the day after Heroes Day, the Tuesday, one of the former players of the team, he had recommitted his life to the Lord and thing, and was on a fasting, and he went to swim in at the beach, and he was a little weak, so he kind of went out to swim. He's a swimmer, but he drifted all the way far out in the ocean, to the point where he ended up close to some mangrove. But by the time he realized how far he was, he didn't have enough strength to swim back to shore. So he kind of ended up being in the mangroves. All right. So for 48 hours, his family, were looking for him, trying to find him. Couldn't find him. Coast Guard came and they searched the beach, and, they couldn't find him. All right. Divers went and they couldn't find him. And everybody kind of like thought he was dead. And, people start casting blame about why and all of those things. Couldn't find him. All right. So after around 48 hours, more than 48 hours, they found him because some friends decided that they would go back to look for him. If you go on my Facebook page, you'll see that I had shared, and many people on social media were sharing. UTech students, because he went to UTech, were sharing that this guy is missing, cannot be found, and a lot of people in St. Anne, and everybody was searching all over. People say maybe he never go in the water and things. So some of his friends went out on a boat to just one last look. And when they went out, they saw somebody waving their hands in mangrove, and they kind of they went over there, realized that it was him. All right. The man stayed out in the open ocean for 48 hours without no food or water, already fasting, weak, and the man is living. All right, so he has been in the hospital, and he has been in the hospital. I think he's out by now. All right, but I'm going to actually interview him, but I have to show you how God is good enough, brother. So, just talking, people just sharing how the man survived. The man said that he had to drink like the water that was on the leaves. He could not stay in the ocean because he wasn't sure about sharks or whatever. So he had to climb up into the mangroves. And when he wanted to sleep, he had to hook himself onto the mangroves so that if he fell asleep, he would not fall out and drop back in the water. And just the fact that he was found is just, people, is just a big deal, big deal, and a big testimony. You understand me? And I don't know, man, except to say that God is real. God is real, people, and he's still saves. And one day I'm going to have a live interview where this guy comes and share his story. You understand me? Yeah, man. So his name is Theo. God good, my brother. God good. Yeah, God is so good. You understand me? Yeah, man. God is so good, so good. So I just want to encourage the people out there. Don't give up, yeah, man. No matter what, you're in a very sticky situation, tough situation. Don't give up. You just heard the story about the woman over there at Niagara Falls with her kids. Probably just gave up on life, And maybe life is tough for you right now. You feel like giving up. Don't give up, man. Don't give up. Talk to somebody, None of us are bigger than having a conversation. Talk to a friend, talk to a family. You understand me? But don't give away your 3 points. You have life, you have hope. Don't give away your 3 points. You understand? Please, people, talk to somebody. Let your 3 points be worth something. Don't give it away. Please do not give it away. Yeah. All right. Yeah, man. So I had to share that story. No, 48 hours is not a long story, not a long time. We say Gunners boss. Sometimes Gunners boss. We say 48 hours is not a long time. Drifters stay out there longer without food and water to drink. Minds, man. Gunners boss. The man was on a fast. You know what fast mean? Before we went to sea for our week, he was not eating anything, boss. He was on a fast, so he was already weak. You know, understand? He was without food for 7 days plus 2. That are 9 days, my boss. What wrong with Gunners boss? Gunners boss. Gunners boss. So wrong with you, man. Don't try. Hey, Gunners boss. Don't try. Hey, Gunners boss. Sure. Yo. All right. But yeah, but lots of things happened this week. You'd have heard on the video that I did. If you have not, please go ahead and watch it, of the young champion student who died, Rashad Richards, a very good friend of my eldest son. Both of them were in school together. All right. And very unfortunate situation that happened, and can't even blame anyone. But like I said in that video, let this be a rallying cry for us as a people to go across Jamaica and remove some of these goals from school campuses, and stabilize them and put in better goals with better material, that no more child suffers injury or dies from an incident like this. Just today, I was talking to someone, and they told me that years ago, when they were in high school in Jamaica, a similar thing happened. It's just that the child did not die when the goal collapsed on them on that time. I am saying, as long as these goals are out there are more incidents like these that are going to happen. And the one thing we should do is just get them off the school compounds, get them off. And I want to challenge some of you in the diaspora to go back to your former high school. All right. Go back to your former high school. Just replace some of these goals. It's not a lot of money. I challenge the minister and the Ministry of Education and of Sports as well to make this an investment across Jamaica, from primary school to high school, to put good goals and stabilize them. All right. Remember, we had an incident at St. Peter's and Paul. There was a next one at a school in St. Anne, one in St. Catherine. So as long as those goals exist, those problems will persist, and we need to deal with that. All right. So also, Cavaliers this week, they advanced to the final of the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup, defeating Mocha of Dominica Republic by 7-0 in the second leg, and that was the win on the over the tie. They will play Cibao in the finals, who defeated Real Hope of Haiti to advance to the finals. The Cavaliers will meet Cibao in the final. Hopefully, they can go one step further this time around. Mount Pleasant returned. Their youth team returned from Charlton Athletic, where they went there for some training. Heard that was fantastic for the youngsters. And Charlton may have their eyes on a couple of them. And so that is good news for the football as well. You'd have seen also that Isaac Hayden is I think just about completed his desire to represent Jamaica. Many of you would have seen and heard the videos, seen it in the newspapers, that he's in Jamaica sorting out his documentation, which normally takes a shorter time than if it is done in England. So that is good to see as well. And when a player can make a step like that, that's a big step. When he can travel to the island to look about doing the process, means and shows a level of desire to represent. So that is good as well. And lots of credit must be given to him for that. So that was also in the news. Mount Pleasant Football Club, they lost their game to Dumby Holden. That was a very interesting clash. And I don't know. Mount Pleasant seem to have the right players and have good players, but they're not able to get the best results. We're going to see how that happens. On the next note, there were 2 incidents with goalkeepers over the past weeks. One had to do with Prince Daniel, who had an altercation with a spectator and had to be accosted by police officers at a JPL game. Incidentally, never looked good for the league. And I think the player should apologize. He should somehow suffer some sort of, not just 1 match ban, but probably the 3-game ban for allowing his temper and his emotions to lead him into an altercation with a spectator at the Waterhouse Jewsland Sports Complex. Unhealthy and poor look. But these incidents happen, and I don't want people to write off Jamaica and style the league because of that. Because in Brazil, a bus carrying opposing spectators was hijacked basically, and people were killed. So these things happen right across the sporting um the globe in terms of sports and football. It's not isolated events that only happen in places like Jamaica, but all over you have incidents everywhere. But this does not look good for the league, and I'm all for giving the youngster an opportunity as well. So I'm not here to tear him down. It just never looked good, and I hope he can lift himself up from this and display better attitude going forward. Now, on top of that, though, look at this. If you're going to be hard on Jamaica, look at what the Mocha goalkeeper did. He punched a Jamaican police officer in his face. People, can you imagine that? You and I know that you and I can't even lift up our hand for these police in Jamaica, you know, man. Much less to punch them. If you're gonna punch them, you better punch them in them belly. This man was allowed to come to Jamaica and punch a Jamaican police in his face. I will say to that person, the goalkeeper, that my brother, the fact that you're alive is a testimony unto the Lord Jesus Christ. So surrender your heart to him. Surrender your heart to the Lord, because many Jamaicans can't even lift their hands at police officers without you know, the next time you see them, if they lift their hands, it will be in a casket being lowered down 6 feet under. And you came to Jamaica and thumped the man in his face, and you got on a plane. If a Jamaican did that, they will get a casket. You got a plane. You should be very thankful. There's absolutely nothing. There's absolutely nothing the police officer could have done, should have done, that you, being a citizen of a next country, come to Jamaica, come thump man in them face. And I am sure that non-Jamaican could go to your country and do any such thing and get away with it. I am telling you that. So I hope you're in a cell somewhere and no bail until Monday. That is what should happen. No bail until Monday next week. And you should be sued. Yeah. You understand me? Come on, man. Maybe because so it happened. It's a player from Mocha, the goalkeeper. So I think it is because he's a foreigner and it's a football game and it's at the national stadium, and I I don't know. All I know is that he's a lucky man. He's a lucky man, because he should have been charged and not be allowed to leave the country until he has a court hearing. Because I don't think a Jamaican could have done that in any other jurisdiction or country and not been treated in the harshest possible way. And police, that's why you must be lighter on our citizens, you know, because look at that. Look at that. You must deal with our citizens better, because, right? Because we don't deal with our own Jamaicans that way. We don't. We don't. Listen, when police officers stop you in Jamaica, I have to share this story about my friend, you know. So we're in a national camp, and where we had to go? We had to go and get some stuff here in Jamaica. Simon was driving, and police stopped Simon, and I was in the front seat and things. So I'm street smart guys. I know when police officers stop you, in Jamaica, you have you have to big them up, Don't ask them why them stop you, Don't say, boss, I have nothing to do, Why you stop me now? You see me, I go about my business. If you do like that, you get more than a ticket. You get a lot of ticket. When police stop you, you say, "Oh, God, big boss, general, you're good. How is life?" Yeah, you understand me? Yeah. Anyway, so the police stop. Simon start get the police attitude, boss. I say, Simon, let me Simon need to come and talk to the people about this. It's a big fat ticket. The police go get Simon. I say, no, officer, man. Can't do a ticket for that, man. We are national duty, just like you. You understand me? And then you just get some conversations. You're not coming too much. And you say, oh, football, yeah, man. And then you make him give you what we call a blind. You understand what I mean? But you have to do that, man. You can't. You can't. And so that is how we have to, as Jamaican, have to deal with the police. So for a person to come here and punch the police is problematic in my eyes. Should not happen. Should not happen. All right. So that is that. People, all right. So I want to talk a little bit now about. All right. So we have in 4 minutes time you can make your calls. You can call in. All right. I want to talk a little bit about schoolboy football because I find like the quality of the football this year is not as good. But I think the coaching, how the teams are set up in terms of systems, is very good. All right. But I find like just the overall quality of play, I don't find it to be attractive. Like, tell me a player right across the league. Tell me 5 players that you look at and say, yo, based on what I've seen, this youth is the next big one coming out. Like how people would say that there was a Kaim Dixon and before that there was a Dujan Whisper Richards. Who is the name? Who is the name in the league? No. That is on everybody's lips. Who is the name? I know Glenmore have some good players. Mona have good players. KC have a couple of players. St. Catherine has a good team. Dintil have some players who play in the... But who is that player? What is the name? Who is that big player? Who is that player out there? Somebody tell me. Like, which player is out there on the lips of everyone? Like, yeah, man, you see this player? Who is that player? Who? Yeah, man. So don't worry yourself, man. When the camera freeze, you just do that because the internet are pressure, man. Bad. Yeah. Big up man like Garfield Robinson, You understand me? Garfield Robinson, big coach at people run an academy over there. He runs an academy, building some young players over there in Portmore, Also, big camper down pass football, a lot of football, midfield general, they call him Ratty. Man of God no. Listen, one of the Jamaicans who have done 3 proper book. This is a footballer, people. Give him life to the Lord, Served in the Lord with gladness. The man write 3 books. Dare to contend. Dare to worship. Yeah. And dare to ask. That is the 3rd one. I hope I get them right, Sir Garfield. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't believe that we have like a standout in schoolboy football right now. Who is the standout? Who is that player in schoolboy football that we say, listen, this is the next big one? Like this player should be looked at in terms of national team. You don't. Some people are saying that maybe Kaim Dixon, some people are saying Dujan Whisper Richards, but who is the player? Who is that player now? Somebody tell me. Where are the schoolboy football fanatics to talk about that? And I think it is because the quality of the league is lesser. Overall, though the teams, I believe like the coaches in this era, are way more educated in terms of their football knowledge. So they are able to set up their teams better. Now I know the older coaches are going to, up in their feelings, but it is the truth. It is the truth. The truth is that the coaches now have a lot more information to work with. It means that they're able to build and set up teams a whole lot better than in the past. When you go back and watch some of the teams from the past, you had like even the teams with the 19-year-old, back in those days. I mean, let's be real, people. Back in those days, people used to say, yo, them money are back, them money are age, man. Them money are 22. How them a play schoolboy football? Them money are 23, right? So sometimes what you'd find, and let's be honest, is that back in the days, there was a lot of speculation about the age of some of the people who were playing in schoolboy football. All right? Some of them weren't going to school. They were only playing football. All right. And then the coaching was limited. You only had one coach per team. And you probably had like, no gym to work, no nutrition. You had probably like only 4 or 5 or 6 balls. Some teams started out with one. When D.V. Hills did his interview, he talked about that them time they had one ball, and when the ball gone, man, have to go find it all in a bush. You have to go search in a bush for the ball. So we must agree that right now, at least the information and resources available does enable the coaches in this generation to get more out of players. But I believe if the resources available to the coaches now were available to the coaches back in the 80s and 70s, our football would have been further along the road. And here is why. I believe in terms of natural talent and ability, there was a whole lot more in those days because football was the order of the day. Our kids are not playing enough football right now. Back in those days, everywhere you look, boys were playing football. Them play it at school, them play it when they go home, they play it on Saturdays, they play it on Sundays. So because of that, a whole lot of people were playing the game and they were building and themselves and getting better, but they just didn't have the resources to take them to the next level. So when you go back to like the Lenny Hyde and, the Hector Wrights of the days and the Chad Wrights and when those guys are back in the schooling system and the Andrew Cars and the Calvin Valentine and the Michael Grant, if you go back, if those guys, those times had all the resources and the coaches had the knowledge, then I think we'll be further ahead. Ron Manning is asking, let me just take this question. This is also true, though. Let me just take them in order. This one says, is that a bad thing, though? Could that show that teams are no longer dependent on that one player? That could be the case. The teams are not dependent on that one player. So because there's no one talent, it has to be more team-based, which is true. I agree with you, Fabi Frano. Is there a dip in the coverage schoolboy football? I believe so too. I believe Issa has to look at the coverage of schoolboy football because not enough games. I think like if the games aren't it, if the broadcast holders are not able to carry the games, like the feature game should always be available to the broadcast holders. But certain games you will never see. Sportsmax is not going to do a game with Robert Lightburn and Taki. Sportsmax is not going to do a game with Iona and St. Mary Technical. They are not going to do Little London versus Grangeville. They're not going to do it. They're not going to Green Island versus Anchovy. They're not going to bring those games on TV. Come on now, people. So they should allow other people to bring those games. Because they're not going to bring them. Ron Manning is saying, how early, all right, in the schoolboy season where we were saying Kaim and Dujan, these are the stage we normally find that talent. All right, let's see, because this stage has started, We're almost at quarterfinals. And we don't see anybody. Have you seen anyone? Not entirely true. Resources meaning what? coaches now are more educated in terms of football and the modern. Hey, Fabi Frano, call in. Come in and know what you're talking about right now. Come in. Fabi Frano, call in. Let me school you. Call in. Let me school. What you mean? What you mean, Fabi Frano? What you mean, Fabi Frano? Call in the program because I don't even want to answer you without you calling in. Call in the program, Fabi Frano. Let me not understand what you mean by this. Call in the program, Fabi Frano. Call in the program. Let me hear what you mean. I don't understand what you mean. In Fabi Frano, hold on, please. Let me take this call from Fabian Frano. Talk to me.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Good afternoon.
What are you? Bear in mind.
Talk to the
bear
people.
in mind, they say I go school. Bear in mind, they say I go school me, you know. So this is me calling in for the schooling. Remember, I just today I talk to my brother and I tell them say I always have this notion that I shouldn't reach 30 and still going to school. Maybe tell them that because I when my mother go through one thing. I say me enough I do that. Zine. So that's why I tell them say don't expect me to go in a more classroom other than the one me in and now. Because I'm a teacher. So don't expect me to go in a more classroom than the one me are teaching and all.
Yeah.
So may I listen to his schooling. So go ahead now.
All right. You said not entirely true. What is not entirely true?
Because you said the coaches back then they lack resources.
Yep.
And you believe that if they had the resources the coaches of this era have, that we would have had way better players. And I said,
no, let me
not entirely true.
Let me quote
go ahead.
Let me quote you exactly what I said. I believe we had way better individual talent because people are playing more football. So if the resources available to the coaches now were available to the coaches then, with the talent that they had, our football would be way ahead. And I mentioned if Hector Wright
and I said
not entirely true. So go ahead now.
No, because why I said not entirely true. When you say resources, what are you referring to? Is it equipment?
I'm talking the education, the footballing education, because I mentioned that. And also I am talking about all the equipment, including the ability to go to gym and work out. All right. Proper physio to help you when you're injured. The availability of being massaged and having recovery before and after game. Having enough football at training. Right, having the proper equipment to training and to playing. If all of those things were available to the players then, to the Hector Wrights and to, like I said, the Anthony Badas Carbet when those guys were there, I think our football will be way ahead. Lenny Hyde, they just never had the resources, and the coaches never had the resources in terms of educationally and coaching education to take them with the talent they have over the line.
All right. Now that you're making yourself a little bit clearer than before.
That's what I was saying. You know?
It wasn't. Yeah, but you said resources, but it wasn't clear. That's why I called to make sure that you are a little bit clearer in when you say resources, because I never compare eras because it doesn't make sense. We're going to do this all day and compare and contrast all day, and it doesn't make sense. Why? I don't think it makes sense to compare it. Because as you said before, what persons have 2 decades ago, you will not have a decade. Reason being that every day people are learning about how players operate. Because bear in mind, we never have technology in football a couple of years ago. Zin, or how much years ago? Now that you have technology, it's more than just the whole VAR business. It is all about how can you take care of the players so they last longer than the ones back then. You get what I mean? In terms of sports medicine and sports science and all of these things that comes into play now. So it is not really all about to say, well, we didn't have the equipment or we didn't have the coaching education. It is just more than that comparing to now. It's way more than that. Because bear in mind, if we have, say, all right, let's use the Hector Wright as you say, like how much years did he play? If it's a possibility where, as you say, we have the sports science that we have now. Could he have played longer? Could he have played better? Because then we would have known, him can't play match back to back, him can't play that game and that game. So all of these things come into play. So that's why I said not entirely true, because at the end of the day, like, it's up to the person also, because we can probably turn and say, yo, but him that be better, but who knows if he had all of that thing that decide say, yo, me have everything, you know, me no need for trainers all that, and me no need to do that.
Here's one thing. Let's use the name that you use. All right. When Hector Wright was in school, because remember Hector Wright actually went away, you know, and got a knee injury, you know, being a school player, I think in Norway, had a knee injury that he struggled with. But his ability to pass the ball was evident from those times, right? And people said that when he came like the Premier League and those things, the national team, it was the same ability from those times. Here's what I'm saying. That kind of talent I don't see in any player in schoolboy football. Right now, I don't see that.
But then here's the thing, though, Manning.
So here's my additional point. If all the resources that are available to the players now were made available to Hector Wright, he would have been further ahead because of the person he is. So my point still holds. No, of course you're going to have exceptions to these things. There are some players, no matter what kind of resources you have, them just never go turn out good.
Because that's your limitation.
Yeah, but I'm calling the ones who I believe were like when people but I call the names. I said like Lenny Hyde, like Lenny Hyde. I can go on and keep on calling names of those eras. And when you all right, let me give you a good. All right, look at Kevin Pele Wilson. All right.
Yeah.
A standout. Tell me the last player you've seen in Manning Cup. Right? If you remove Whisper, tell me the last player you've seen in Manning Cup that you think is above him or at his level.
At his level?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you Luton Shelton.
Okay, which was really around that same era because they're not far apart in age.
Yeah, because Luton and I went to school together.
Yeah, so it's not
he
far.
was in a higher form than me. So yeah, it's not far.
It's not far apart. I'm talking about, I'm not talking. Yeah, we can go to Luton, right? But I'm talking about in recent times.
Okay. No, I have not seen any. And as you say that, it is something that I made mention of to other persons before, that the matriculation from maybe the schoolboy into higher levels in terms of football, it is not there. Or it is there for some, but it is very minimal. Like compared to the amount of persons we see play at the schoolboy level, matriculation, it is not there. It is maybe now I think more persons are actually going into the Premier League, because one time you never find a man who are probably 17 and play Premier League. You probably never find, in Jamaica that is. You probably never find that one time. You start to see more of that start to happen.
Hold on, what you saying? No, man. Where you said that? Back in the days, you never used to find.
All right.
Hold on. No.
Very rare, brother. It wasn't as.
No.
Watch me.
What? Hold on. Let me give you names. Freddie Butler. Winston Fanner Griffith. Milton Griffiths.
Yeah.
Ian Redcar. Socrates Christie. All of those players. Jeremy and you, all of them players, I play them league, they're from them 17, them age. Walter Boyd. We are talking about, man.
How much do we have now? I'm going to, as I said, and I never said it's not there or it's never been there. But I'm saying in terms of numbers, there are more playing now. There are actually more playing now.
Oh, you mean, you say that now?
Yeah, I never said that they weren't there, you know.
You're saying,
I never said they don't see that. I said it's minimal, though.
What I'm saying, though, is that there were still a lot of them playing. But you must also understand that was a generation of players that actually took Jamaica to the World Cup.
True.
So that means for you to be 17 and playing in the Premier League would have been very difficult, because you had like
difficult.
The one other team to make as a 17 was very difficult. The Seba team, the Reno team, because
the Arnegan team was full of youngsters, from the Pele Wilson and the Chingsu era.
No, but it would be
they
before.
Were all schoolboy that came up.
But that would be before that. That would be like the Eugene Williams and like Carl Adonis. not Adonis Maxwell. Oh, jeez and peace. I'm forgetting some of their name. But that would have been the team that Eugene Williams with Denton Shedden and those guys. Christopher Belly Dias and those
No,
guys.
but these guys came up after that. These guys came. I think the Christopher Dias and yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I said the Christopher Dias. I think Pele and them man, they came up a little bit behind the Christopher Dias. I don't think they had played much, maybe one and few games because they were still playing Manning Cup at the time. Remember the Mannings, we grew up behind the Arnett Garden Stadium, you know. We grew up behind that, you know. See, all of these, the Arnett family was dirt. That's how long me I watch Arnett Garden on my team. So I said them man they came in like little after. They weren't getting much game. I think since Jerome Waite, I think, came in with the same Manning Cup team that they won it in 98. I think they won Triple Crown, I think, at that time. Then they came in and started to get some game and thing. But they weren't playing like that, Mannings. No, they weren't playing. It is in the latter part of the Denton era, in where you have Wilson coming up and that.
No, yeah,
it was the latter part.
No, but you're making my point is the Premier League players were so good that it was very difficult for high school players
to
get
true.
into.
That is true.
Ricardo Gardner,
I agree.
Ricardo Gardner and Steve Green were playing in. Like I said, that you had to be good enough. Like when you had a 17-year-old who played in the Premier League in those times, it's like a Ricardo Bibi Gardner, boss.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm saying that the league was so tough that when you had like a 17-year-old come in, it must be like a Ricardo Bibi Gardner. There you go. Like, do we have exceptional 17-year-old coming into the league?
No, I don't think so. But I think how the organization is going now with the league, they're looking now to, because at one point, as I said, the replenishing now in terms of players coming through, you find way more younger guys coming through right now. Way more younger guys coming through. That's why I believe in this year now, there are a lot more youngsters playing compared to that time. Because they realized, and they found this out, I think, right in the time of the COVID, that how much years now and then a man come to here, him can't run and
Herbert,
all of them things used to do. So they found out that they found that, listen, we need to get in some younger guys. If you have a guy with 17 Mannings, you have a decade of this guy ability still playing. That's if him not get that contract and leave and go overseas. Yeah. But you will have a decade of this guy in the club.
Yeah, so it's a Gunners boss, remind me. Herbert Richards, man. Richards,
yeah, man. We know them, man.
You and Newland. But as a leader calling, so let me just take a next one call.
Yeah, man. Take him call, no problem, man.
All right, then. Respect. Thanks for the call as usual. People, as we end that call and about to take a next one, please remember to hit the like button. Only 48 likes on the video so far. Come on, we can do a little better than that. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share. You understand me? Go ahead and do that right now. If you're watching and you have not done so yet, just take a second or two. And hit the like button. You understand me? It's not hard. And if you want, you can just leave a super sticker or a super chat to support the channel. All right, big up on yourself. All right, leader, you can call back because I know you were trying to get through. He said the interest in going pro has also taken about 3 players who would have shined this year who chose the JPL instead. Okay, I see what you mean. So they would have been in the Manning or the Costa Cup. All right, but they're in the JPL. Okay, I see. All right, so let's hear from the leader. Sir Maxwell, how you doing?
Hello?
Yeah, man, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Good afternoon.
Yeah, man. Afternoon. How are you?
I am giving thanks, as usual. Now we have breath in our lungs, so
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. What say you?
That's true. Once you have life, everything is good. Anyway, quick. I'm not going to take long. You had mentioned that you don't see any star players coming up, but I just wanted to make it known that a couple of the things that are affecting them this year are the quota rules. So there are players that are at schools that can't play because schools can't play more than 3. Right? That's one thing that's affecting them. Plus, you have players that have foregone the schoolboy season to play in the JPL. Okay, that's another thing. And from my basic observation, I've seen some teams with some star players that we are not going to call any names. Mona has 2 exceptional players. KC has 1. Calabar, there's 1 there. JC, the similar thing. Dintil, as one, and Glenmuir. And I think at some stage, if all of these teams go to the next round, you're going to hear a number of those players. And I'm especially looking at a particular player, Mona, who for me is going to be really talked about this season.
Oh, Brown. Where can I call? There's a
I'm not going to call a name. I'm not going to call a name.
Let me tell you.
I'm not going to call a name.
Let me give you an example. Because you can't call a name, I can call him. There's a player at Calabar called Rankin. I really like him. They call him Saka. Very good player.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think like, this youth no. I don't think
this youth is young. He's young. He's 2 years.
Listen what I am saying. I am saying he's a very good player. But he's not even at Kyle Dixon level.
Kyle Dixon was almost 3 years older than him when you saw Kyle Dixon.
But that is
John was 2 years older than him.
We are making the same point that there is no real standout. Glenmuir, for example, of Dunstan Cohen. Dunstan Cohen has not like sizzled or Miller, but they are very good players. Jason White, the captain, very good player. But I don't
look at it this way. If Adrian Reed was probably playing, or a Matthew Ellis was playing for Dintail, or there's a player that a whole YouTube channel was done on, Odean Wilberforce at JC, because they say he's supposed to be the next Whisper, this person that did the YouTube video. If any of those three were playing, I think even Wilberforce, because the person that did is a known sports journalist, and he's convinced that Wilberforce is the next coming of Whisper, based on what he saw.
But leader, no, man.
I'm telling you, you know the video I'm talking about.
Listen, me tell you. I know Wilberforce. Listen, until he begins to display that, we cannot say that, boss. I am saying we will
not see him in schoolboy football.
Listen what I'm saying. But listen what I'm saying. All I've said is that we have not seen. You're saying to me, we would have seen. So I don't understand.
A noted journalist at KLAS did a whole video on Wilberforce and based on what he saw and comparing him to Whisper. And he's that convinced. But unfortunately, we will never see Wilberforce in any schoolboy competition again. And he has 2 more years to play.
So, all right. When has Wilberforce played in Manning Cup?
Actually, he has never played.
Okay.
And he never will.
So, all right. So he is in the Premier League. We are not seeing him. So how am I going to say that, this next player and thing? Somebody, what has that person used to determine that he's going to be the next Whisper?
He basically saw him. He has seen him for a while. He has been tracking him. And look at the person, I think.
No, listen what I'm saying. Just listen what I'm saying, leader. This player has not played any Manning Cup or the Costa Cup football. It's not like he has, like...
He has scored goals in Tier 2 at about 15 years old.
All right, so watch this now. This player played for...
Not 1 or 2, number of goals.
You have to listen to me, though, leader.
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you.
This player played for the Mount Pleasant Brownstone team in Tier 2. When he played, he was not the star or the standout. He
was 15.
Leader, so here's what all right, you're not going to listen to me. I'm not here contending the player's age. What I want you to tell me is when you say that because somebody did an entire video, what has the person seen to determine that?
I can't speak on his behalf. I can't speak on it. I'm just going off of what he has done it, and he's not an ordinary person.
Nobody can tell me. So somebody can say, well, me no need to see a lot, Me can spot talent from a distance. Like somebody could say that. I am saying nobody can tell me except probably the coach of Wilberforce and those things. But you can't say you have seen him play enough football to say, you see me see you there in an under-17 tournament. Because him there, the under-17. And the next thing what did he do? All I'm saying, that doesn't mean the player is not a good player because he's a good young player. So here's my next question. Why isn't he in the under-17?
Which under-17 you're speaking about? No, he's too old.
Huh?
He's too old for that. He's too old for the under-17.
All right. So
he was in the last under-17, but he didn't make the final thing.
So was he a standout in the last under-17?
He didn't play. Okay, let me explain the thing now.
Man.
He was one of those. Hold on, no. Let me just make it clear. Hold on. He was one of those players that was just a little. He was carried with the team, just like Bibi Gardner's son and a couple others. He was carried with the team to the tournament, right? Okay, he was in the under-18 team this year, you know. Okay, so he has been in and around the various national teams, right? But I don't know where Zidane had seen him to have given that opinion.
Okay. All right. So somebody has texted say we stop calling the player name.
I said I didn't want to call anybody's name, but I just had to bring out a couple of them who we're not seeing in schoolboy. We're not going to see them youngsters in schoolboy football again.
Okay.
Some of them are going to have to tune away overseas channel shortly to see them. I won't call any names either.
Yeah, but leader, all I'm saying is that you cannot say the people, because I am saying that we have not seen, and then you are saying that we will not see them. We have to judge the players based on. So here, let me make the statement again. We have not seen, and there's no player in schoolboy football that is really on the tops of anyone's lips right now, in the way Kaheem Dixon was last season, or Dujan Whisper Richards was the season before. That's it, you know. And we are making it sound like that is not true. It is true. And it don't mean that they're not good players out there, but there's no one out there right now that everybody, when you go up on platforms and you listen to news, that is the player everybody's talking about. But there are good players out there because Mona has two good players. Yeah.
You know, one of the things that people did last year, they called and said a number of players, they're not supposed to play back schoolboy football. And no, Kaheem Dixon played until he was almost 20. And so if some of these guys were playing until they are 20, you will hear about them. But, you know, I don't think people can
with you, leader. We agree with you that if the players were playing, we would have seen some talent. We cannot say that though. We have to say, based on what we have seen in the Manning and the Dacosta Cup, we don't see no standout talent right now, like we say, but there are some very good players. So what is right is what you have said earlier, that let us see what will unfold in these rounds of it. So maybe now the cream will come to the, you understand me? Like they say, cream will come to the top. Let's see.
Yeah, man. Very exciting player, Mona. Very, very exciting. I'm convincing that one especially will be on a lot of people's lips sometime in the season. And as I said, there's another one at KC and one at JC. That way will be. I'm not sure if Dintil, but you will be hearing about those guys.
Dintil has no footballer that is in their first season. They were there last year. Some of them played in the Premier League. And nobody was talking about them.
I won't, as I said, I'm not going to call any names. But, you know, let's see how as the season goes, what we see and who we see coming through the fore. But I'm already tipping you that Mona has somebody there that I think is going to be one of the next big things coming out of Jamaica.
All right, cool. Let me ask you this. Cavaliers Football Club, they normally play a 17-year-old?
They normally play that what?
I'm asking if they normally play is there any 17-year-old who you can say is a regular starter at Cavaliers?
We have been playing 16 and 17-year-olds. As a regular starter.
Yeah, man. Is there any 17?
First one would have been, okay, hold on. I'm going to give you the first as a regular starter, Ainsworth, and then Reed.
All right.
Regular starters.
Thank you. You know why I ask you that, though? You know why?
Why? I don't know.
You see, you have to clap your hand because you have answered correctly. You know why? Because Christopher Ainsworth, without schoolboy football, I can tell you that Christopher Ainsworth is a talent boss. Here's my point. You see, if the other 17-year-old is that you are mentioning was at the talent level of Christopher Ainsworth, knowing Cavaliers, he would be a regular starter.
No. There are other reasons why he's not a regular. He has just in the middle. Hold on, let's get specific. Christopher Ainsworth decided to go pro from very early and was training in the team. Some of the particular players only made the decision midway the schoolboy season, right? So just weeks now, they said, look here, this is the way we're going.
Oh,
So, and that's what has been happening.
Oh,
so it's not something where they made a decision early, like Reed and Anthony. So these guys have made it very late. So don't worry about that.
No, all right. So hold on. Let's slow down. Come, I want to learn. I want to learn from you. So here's the thing. So this 17-year-old that you speak about, above 17, in his 18th year, or he's going to be 18 soon. This player, you're saying that one of the reasons why he's not a regular starter yet is because of the time that he came into the season. So by the time we get to, say, January, when he would have been embedded in the system, he will be a regular starter.
No, it won't be able to displace some of them that are there. When I had spoken to Mr. Speed, the intention was that he would have been the ideal person to have replaced Shaniel Thomas, but as I said, he didn't make up his mind as yet. He has made up his mind, but unfortunately, there are other players there now. So he'll have to, do his time learning, because he was even a part of the under-17 that won the national title the other day. You understand? Basically. So we're getting him to a standard. And I think by next year, when he's in his 18th year, you will be singing his praises. That this is the next coming of Whisper.
So this year, he's not good enough to replace the players who are ahead of him.
No, who is there? We have other players there already who went through the preseason and are, I think, up there in the goal scoring, even for the Caribbean Cup. So he's going to take some time.
So come January, he's not at the level yet to replace those who are there before him. But next year, he will be able to.
I will expect that you will be singing his praises. Just like Zidane from KLAS, you will also be singing his praises. And saying this is the next big thing.
Zidane, leader, I know Wilberforce. I believe he's a very good talent. I'm not disputing that. That's what I keep on saying to you. I am not disputing that he's a talent. Here's what I'm saying, though. That when Kaheem Dixon, midway the season, went to Arnett, he replaced the player who was in front of him.
He was not a regular starter, though. To be honest with that, he was not a regular starter.
When Kaheem Dixon,
Arnett, when he went.
Kaheem
Dixon did not.
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
After a couple of months, Kaheem Dixon was the regular starter at Arnett.
No, when he went right away, he was not a regular starter.
So listen what I'm saying to you. I don't expect the player, like you said, he started mid-season.
Right.
We're not even at quarter season yet. So I don't know you're telling me that he came in mid-season, because it's just around 8 or so games gone for Cavaliers. So he has 20 odd more games left.
But Cavaliers season has started way before that. You can't use that.
When did Cavaliers season start?
Remember, we started earlier than everybody else, just like Mount Pleasant.
How did you start?
And Arnett.
No, Arnett started. No, Cavaliers and Arnett did not start at the same point, boss.
I know. Arnett started much earlier.
There you go, boss.
And so on.
There you go, boss.
But let's look at it this way. He has played about, 3 matches. He's done 1 goal already. Okay. I think that average is looking good so far.
Okay, all right. Cool. All right.
1 goal in 3 matches. Who knows? Let's see how his average keeps up. Okay.
All right, man. Bless up. I appreciate the time as usual. Yeah, man. Always. But I think ranking is going to be, if he continues his development,
2 more years.
I'm telling that player ranking at Calabar is someone that people are going to be singing his praises. I'm telling you, they are talent. I think Jason White is a good player at Glenmuir as well. The captain plays in center midfield. I believe he's a good player. I think the St. George's captain is a very good player as well. He's Rastafarian, forgot his name. I think he's a very good player. St. Catherine have a couple of good players. I think the standout players are Romario, I think his name is, and Carlton from those 2 players. I think they are top players. That is why they are playing in the Premier League and they are getting minutes in the Premier League when they are available. That's what I want to see. I am yet to see some of the Dintil players live up to expectations. While I thought they all started out with good talent, I don't know what is happening with the program there. I don't know if it's a discipline issue, but those players, flatter to deceive, as some would say. So I'm not banking my hope there. Ocherios have a player that is a very good player named Reeves, and a lot of people don't know him. So they are individual talent all over. You know, I'm just saying that is it. If they probably get a couple more years, they will step up to the next level.
Right. Because some of them are quite young. That's what I'm saying. Because one of the things, Christopher Ainsworth is not a household name. Nobody knows him. Nobody really knows him. But if he had played schoolboy football up to last year and probably carried Calabar to a semi-final or final, everybody know him. So that's one of the things that these guys, when they go into the
everybody knows
No. You know exactly what I mean, man. Come on. They like it or not.
But leader, 2 years ago, I was talking about Christopher Ainsworth. Big discussion.
I'm sure when I spoke to you 2 years, I'm sure when I spoke to you guys about him 2 years ago, you're saying, who's that?
Not me, not leader. You didn't introduce me to Christopher Ainsworth. Let's get that. Let's get that plain and straight.
Okay, sir. Okay, if you say so.
You did not introduce me to him. Calabar did.
Can I ask where? Oh, Calabar did.
Yeah.
Was it the JC match against 17's?
Don't matter which match. I'm telling you, Calabar did.
No.
So if you want to ask me like who brought him to, and you can take credit for bringing him through, you know. I am saying that you never introduced him to me. That's all I'm saying.
No problem.
But I'm not minimizing your role. Because he's one of them that
just one thing.
Yeah.
If he had stayed 2 more years in high school, right, he would have been that sort of household name.
You don't know that because maybe he would not have been at Calabar.
No, he would have been. He wouldn't have left.
Okay.
That's one of the things I'm sure of. Just like Rankin will finish his time at Calabar.
Okay, so says the leader. I've heard that about many Calabar players.
No. Well, unless anyway, I won't go into that part of the politics. So let's just leave that alone.
Hey, leader, let me say this to you, I have some under 15 youth, They're born with some things.
Don't I hear a place?
No, man. Me I talk about some kids in the States that they have camps with.
Look here. I'm going to be going up there for a couple of weeks.
I have a goalkeeper.
So I'll be seeing them.
I have a centre back.
What age?
All of them are
I think
14.
I'm going to be seeing them. I'm going up there for a couple of weeks. So I will be seeing them. Working things. So I will be seeing them. We'll be up there for about 4 or 5 weeks. So I will be seeing them.
All right. So in terms of, just give me a little knowledge because I like to learn. So when you go to like scout, right? What are the 5 top boxes that you check?
Okay. First thing I'm going to look at is.
Hold on, I have to write these down. Because I may want to be.
You want? Hold on.
No, get you. I learn. I suppose one day we can be a scout. So let me just. I'm gonna get a piece of paper.
Okay, let's go through it. Okay, let's go through what I look for. This is okay.
Make sure it's no Shami or sell me, Make sure the people in system are right.
No, actually, most of my things that I look for is some things that January already said.
All right, so people.
Okay, the speed of thought. The speed of thought is the first thing we look at.
So speed of thought.
Speed of thought. That's the first thing, more than anything else.
So you analyze.
And you understand what I mean by that, right?
Analyze how the player is able to make decision.
How quickly they make decision with and without the ball. Right? That is very, very important. Very, very important. That's the first thing you look at.
All right, number 1. Yeah, number 2.
The next thing, and by the way, these are some of the tenants that are laid down.
Hold on, leader. You just said these are some of the tenants. Tenants, not like when somebody rent a house for a year or something like that.
Anyway, let me these are some sort of things that.
Should I write that down? That these are the tenants.
Let me just
leader, me I try to learn.
Go through now because I forgot.
Leader, I'm trying to learn. You use a word and I want to make sure. Is it tenants or tenants? That's me just want to find out so we can write down the right word.
Tenants.
Not
Okay, anyway,
Oh.
you have to go quickly. Call coming.
All right, two.
Come, man, I can't say it long, you know. Okay, let me go. Speed. That is one of the things that you have to also look for. Your
Speed.
natural pace.
Natural pace.
Speed, yes.
All right.
Right. Okay.
All right, that's two.
Right. Okay. Their physical development is also another one, but it's not as I wouldn't say as important, because when you're looking at this is youth players now. Some players when you look.
You know what I don't understand with you? I ask you to give me the 5 and then you give me one that you say is not important. Me not understand.
No, it is very important.
Okay.
It's very important.
Okay.
But I'm actually giving you close in order, you know. Close enough in order, you know. Okay? And these are things that you be sometimes when you're doing at youth level, you're seeing some players that they are really too tiny to probably make an effect with, say, a national team now. But you keep them
busy
in your database, so to speak, to track them to see how they grow. If they don't grow, and then there's other things out there, but you use that, because you'll see a youngster that is probably 4'11" now, and they turn out to be 6 foot something in another 2 years.
Yeah. True.
Okay.
All right.
So that is another thing that you're going to look for, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Leadership. Okay. Leadership, because that is another very key thing. How they conduct themselves, meaning how with the rest of the team, right? Yeah. Because here I have players. I saw somebody mentioning something today about this player for Jamaica, Ravel Morrison, that when they were watching, he was playing a match day, and the person's comment was that Ravel is actually almost coaching the side, telling the guys where to put the ball, where this and that. So those things now are things where you're going to really see a player that is thinking out the game. Okay? Right? He's thinking out, he's thinking ahead of them, and not just running and just doing things and not knowing what to do and when to do it. Okay?
I'm listening, man. So that's 4. Leadership. So let me write them. Speed of thought. Natural pace, which is speed. Physical development. Leadership.
Right. Okay. And basically, you want to see how well they play with the team. That's another thing. It's not that important, because you have some people, some players that
they are not that important.
No, listen. You will have some players that you can see they have. Okay, let me give you a quick example. You'll have some players that individually you can see that they play well, but you realize that with their own team, and I'm talking about this with young players, they're just not. You can see that they're not playing with the team. They're just playing for themselves. You have a lot of very, very good players that Jamaica has had over the years that I know I've seen, right? And when they go there, they basically go there and play for themselves. Most of those players, I could name a litany of them.
Don't call any names. Don't call any names.
I know. I would never call any name. No, sir. I would never call. But anyway, I can tell you, most of those names are only big names at school level. They never went on.
So what
they never did.
What word would you use to describe number 5? Chemistry.
I have the word, chemistry. Team chemistry. That's it.
Team chemistry. All right. So when scouting at the youth level, the 5 first thing that we look at in order of importance is speed of thought. Speed, which is natural pace, right? Tell me if I'm missing out anything. 3, physical development, and that is basically saying they could be little now, but they could have a growth spurt in a short while. So you watch them. All right. 4, leadership, their ability to lead on and off the field, decorum, and just like you use the Ravel Morrison example. Team chemistry, that they're not just playing for themselves, but they're playing for the team. All right, those are the 5.
Okay, and I'm going to hold a thing here now, and I'm going to give you a practical example. Look at that on the 14 team that just won the first title for Jamaica in how many years, and see how many of those players are ticked in those boxes. Because one of the things that happened when that team went away, you had the other teams crying out that these guys look like they're overweight. You understand? But they were deliberately selected by a panel, right? And the coach basically got them in his hand. I think this was one of the best selected youth teams Jamaica has ever had, and it showed.
Can I tell you something? I know you have to.
Yeah, man.
So if I were going to scout, right, and I'm going to look at some players, one of the things that I am going to look at the players' technical ability, right, which includes
that is one of them. The technical ability. Yeah, well, that is one of the. That would have been second. Whenever the speed out, technical ability. I didn't leave that out. Sorry about that. God, that's one of the first things anyway.
Leader.
That would have been the first thing. Okay, I get it there. Okay, yeah,
Right.
that is one.
So,
technical ability would have been the first.
Technical ability needs to be there. All right. Okay. All right. So
but speed of thought is up there with that because you have some that are technically very good, but when they get the ball, they fumble. They take 1, 2, 3 seconds before they let it go.
Technical ability. You have ability. This is what I'm learning. That's something I learned from you. I have tactical awareness. Which is the speed of thought, right? Decision making, tactical awareness. All right. So you understand me? All right. So technical ability, tactical awareness. All right. And then you have you have this thing, team chemistry. How well does this player work with the team? And you understand, like I said, is it just an individual? He's very good individually, but doesn't fit into a team.
Yeah, but stick a pin. You'll have players like that you keep in your team to try to get them to do the right thing, right? But they might not start, right? Because you have players like that tick off some of the other boxes, but you realize that no, this player can't start. You can bring them on and they make a big impact. Okay?
I understand.
So you're not going to throw right. So you're not going to have everybody ticking all the boxes, But there are some that they must at least tick. Okay.
No, man, I understand that. I'm just looking at what you're saying, and I am saying that to me is important. I'm not saying that you're going to drop the players because of any of these things, but all right. So, right.
The ideal is, that you want the players to tick at least 4 of those, are, as close to that as possible. Because, I'd have to talk to you after here on some other things, read some players. But as I said, the best template that you can look at right now is that under 14 team, right? And that is going to be a team that I think everybody in Jamaica needs to follow right through for the next 6 years, not just the team, the players, because the mandate for that grouping there is that at least one of them will be playing in the Champions League later on.
What?
You heard me.
One of them
That's the mandate.
In the Champions League.
They will be good enough to play in a team in the Champions League. That's the idea that we are going to be turning out from that academy. Yes.
Okay. All right.
So one of those 14-year-olds, you will be, or you should.
All right. So
they should be going.
So I have right. Technical ability, teamwork, tactical awareness, right? Then
pace.
No.
Pace is right.
You not gonna tell me where to put on my list, boss. You not gonna tell me where to put on my list. Me I tell you what me look for.
Well, okay, but
all right.
I can tell you that the overseas coaches, that was one of the top ones there.
Technical ability. Yeah. Hold on, I am going to look at agility, which is the ability to move quickly, change direction, and react to fast pace of the game. Which is, you can call that speed. I call it agility.
Yeah, speed without agility.
Agility. All right. So these are my things. I don't know you understand me. We kind of have it like similar, and then I'm talking about mental strength is my other thing. And them thing that me look for when me I go scout because those are the things I look for.
Well, looks like we can get a job, man. I can take over a job, man. Anyway, Manens,
Respect
look
it.
here. We will be talking, man. Next time we're going up to Florida. Yeah, well, I've been having a look at some of them up there. As I said, I'll be up there for a couple of weeks. So let's see how that goes.
All right then. Cool. All right, respect every time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Okay, sir.
All right then, cool. All right. That was leader. If you have any variations or differences, you understand me. But when you're scouting, you have to look at, like I said, physical, technical, the psychological, and the tactical. And then in terms of the structure side, you look for things like condition. When I say physical, you talk about the conditional structure. When you talk about the technical, you talk about the coordinative structure. You talk about the psychological, you talk about the emotive, the socio affect and creative expression structure, tactical, the cognitive structure. So you have to look at those things, because scouting is easy. A leader don't ramp with me, take a job, I see that's one by Jason. 10 ants and 10 hawks. Tied up leader Ricky Teng. Want to call in too. Yeah, man. Ricky Teng, bless up yourself. You can call in, man. You can call in. Manchester United, they made a change to their coaching. No Ten Hag anymore. They have a new coach coming in. I think Van Nistelrooy is going to probably take the team, I believe, over this weekend versus Chelsea. Very tough game, because Chelsea has been doing well, though they lost in the cup this week, earlier in the week. Yeah. But calling people, let your voice be heard. It is Super Friday. Haven't done a live for a while, so I won't be staying. We have around 39 minutes max left on this one. As the Jamaica Reggae Boyz get ready to take on the USA in the National Stadium on the 14th. In fact, I have a ticket that I would like to give away, courtesy of the Reggae Boyz fan club, Kyle Wallace and his group. So if you'd like to win a ticket to the game in St. Louis, we can do that. I'm going to give away a ticket. Let me give it away right now. Let me give it away. So let me just do some promo, tell you all about this. You understand me? Big up to, yes, all right. Yeah. All right. So ticket to give away. If you'd like that, you understand me? One ticket for the USA versus Jamaica away game. All right. Yep. Oh, all right. And if you'd like to buy tickets, because the team will be, the fans, the Jamaican fans will be in section 149. Right? The Jamaican fans will be in section 149, and they're asking you to wear your black, your gold, and your green to support the team. If you want to buy, I'm going to give you a link. So if you want to buy tickets in that area where the Jamaican fans are, let me just drop this link right here so you can do it. And this is courtesy of Kyle Wallace. Big up Kyle Wallace. You understand me? So let me copy this link. If you want to sit in the designated seating area for Jamaica fans in the away game, this is the link right here. Yeah, see there? Yeah, man. No joke. That is it right there. The Reggae Girls have 2 games against South Africa. The ending of November and the beginning of December. The 29th of November, they play South Africa, and then on the 2nd, they play South Africa again at the Catherine Hall Stadium down there in Montego Bay. You know, so 2 more friendlies for the girl. I hope for this one we will get our star player, Khadija Bonnie Shaw, to come and represent. As you heard, there were some visa issues that you know, prevented her from traveling to France. So she should be available for the game, barring injury, against South Africa here in Jamaica. I also want to speak about one of the young players, Cameron Simmons, who's over there playing in Florida. In a recent game, I think they have her playing in a back three. So I am wondering if, seeing that at her college, she's playing in a defensive role. If the national team could look at putting her at right back or left back, depending on where, because we have had some issues in the wing back areas or in the right back areas on the team, and in that's what she's doing. And how she plays is that she's, all the attacks are basically built through her, though she's playing in a right back or a left back position. That's Cameron Simmons, very talented player, because she has the speed, she has the skills of a forward or a center forward. But I'm wondering if this is something that the national team could do with her, in terms of looking at what she's doing in college and then deploy her in that role in the senior team to see how it would work. Top player. Cameron Simmons, top player. She is. Yep. All right. Let's see if you have any more updates for you. Hey, yeah, man. But people, listen, I am not staying long with you, you know. So make sure you call in. Let your voices be heard. Call in. See, I'm not used to this live thing anymore, you know. The youth, listen, I said this before and I'll say it again. The next team from Jamaica qualifying for a World Cup will be our U17. I think the tournament is going to be in Guatemala, and I think it is looking really good. The preparation is still ongoing. Thanks to the coaching staff, Freddie Butler and Omar McFarlane, Carlton Simmons, Kerry James, and you know, yeah, and all the other persons. I think Everdeen Scarlett is also a part of that as well. Yeah, so this U17 team, good prospects, and my expectation is that they will qualify. And this will be good news and good business for Jamaica to have a youth team again qualify for a World Cup. I think they have a good coach in place, and the preparation continues to be good for them. All right. Gunners boss at work, man. That's why I'm not calling in. Big up. Hey, people, heal up brain drain for me. I don't know if you see him on any of the other vlogs going around in this space. I haven't seen brain drain in a while. Sure improvement. I have to shout out some people. I haven't seen sure improvement. Katie, sure improvement. Big up yourself. You understand me? Been a minute. And I know sometimes because of the inconsistency of the live video, some of you are not able to tune in. And that is fine. You know, we got to do what we got to do. You understand me? But just a couple of minutes to go and we're going to end this one. But I again, the Reggae Boyz are getting ready. Let's have our fingers crossed that there'll be no injuries over the weekend, so all our players will be ready and available. And if people ask me about, understand this, I am not the coach, and the coach selects the team, and we have to understand that you can't be asking the equipment man, you can't be asking the man who cleans the bathroom, you can't be asking the chef about the squad, because that's in the purview of the coach. So you have to wait until the coach does his press conference and he releases the team. You understand me? To try and find out who is in it is not for management to answer. That is not my position. I don't operate in that capacity. And while I'm a part of the team or part of the GFF, whomever the court selects, that's who you work with. Simple. Yeah, simple. You understand? So yeah. But listen, big up Ricky Tang, big up yourself, Jason, Gunners Boss. Listen, everyone on the live, big up yourself, right? Yeah, man. Been a good show. Really enjoyed it. Thanks to the persons who called in. Those of you who will watch it on the replay, please remember to hit the like button, to subscribe, and to share. When we do a live, again, we will give away the ticket. I like Fabi Frank do. Yeah, a lot of teams. I know Mount Pleasant does it. A few of the teams they do it, and a lot of them send people to the game to watch the game. They watch videos and analyze it. A lot of clubs do it. They may not have it the way the international teams do, international club teams that is, but they do. Big up Live 11 Radio DJ Dean, up and running. Blessings every time, my brother. Go and check him out. Always on the wheels of steel. You understand me? Spinning. Gospel for preach, gospel for preach up. Every artist open the ears up. Gospel for preach, gospel for preach. DJ Dean always a do it. Yeah, you understand me? Yeah, man. Yeah. We're full of gospel lyrics, Them are gospel artists out there, the man bad, the man bad, the man. The man bad, the man bad. This is Frederick Miles. Thanks for the super sticker for 99. Big up yourself. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Every time. Really appreciate it, Frederick Miles. I really appreciate it. So we're going to give away the ticket on the next live. That is for the away game to St. Louis. But if you'd like to win a ticket for the game against the USA here in Jamaica, on our next live, we will also do that. You understand me? We're in a giving mood, so we're going to give some tickets away. But people, I want to encourage you. You have one job, The fans have one job and one job only, to fill up the stadium and make a lot of noise in support of your team. The fan job is the easiest of all, but it is the hardest one to get done. The easiest job in this whole football thing is the job of the fans, to pack the stadium and make a lot of noise. That is it. Pack the stadium, make a lot of noise. That is the fans' job. Pack the stadium, make a lot of noise. So, let's pack the stadium and make a lot of noise. Pack the stadium and make a lot of noise. Yeah? That's all you have to do, fans. Yeah? All right. So, respect, blessed love. Thank you all. Every person who was on this live stream. All right. Thanks for all the likes, all the subscribes, all the share. We have 68 likes, and I know a few more you go and like it before you go, and that I would appreciate. But listen, we are going to go right now. You understand me? I am management. This has been I Am Sure Sports. And as usual, when it comes to the end of our show, we say we are over and we are OUT out of here.